Wisdom is often portrayed as the fruit of success, a gleaming reward for those who have traversed life's challenges and emerged victorious. Yet the truth is more nuanced. Wisdom is not simply handed down from triumph. More often, it is the silent companion of those who have stumbled, faltered, and failed. It is in failure, in its humbling embrace, that the seeds of true understanding are sown. The journey through failure is not only about loss or disappointment, but about growth, introspection, and transformation. Consider the first time you tried something new, a skill, a project, a relationship, or a dream. Perhaps you approached it with enthusiasm, believing in your ability to succeed. But as the journey unfolded, you encountered obstacles you hadn't anticipated. Mistakes happened. Plans fell apart. The gap between expectation and reality became apparent. In that moment, failure's sting is sharp and its lessons are hidden beneath layers of emotion. But as time passes, the initial pain fades and reflection takes its place. It is here, in the quiet aftermath, that wisdom begins to germinate. Failure is a profound teacher because it strips away illusions. When we succeed, it's easy to attribute that success to our actions, our intelligence, or our talent. But when we fail, we are forced to confront the truth. Our knowledge was incomplete, our preparation insufficient, or our judgment clouded. It is in the honest assessment of what went wrong that we gain clarity. We learn to ask better questions, to see patterns we missed, and to recognize the limits of our current understanding. Through failure, humility is born. The ego, once inflated by expectation, is deflated by reality. We realize that we are not infallible. This humility opens the door to learning, because only when we acknowledge that we do not know everything are we truly receptive to new insights. We seek advice, read, observe, and listen, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to grow. In this space, wisdom finds fertile ground. Failure also teaches resilience. To fail is to fall, but wisdom is found in the act of rising again. Each setback is an invitation to persevere, to adapt, and to try anew. Resilience is not simply the ability to endure, it is the capacity to transform adversity into opportunity. Those who have failed deeply and repeatedly often develop a quiet strength, a confidence not born of arrogance, but of experience. They understand that setbacks are not the end, but a necessary part of the process. The lessons of failure are often subtle. Sometimes, the most profound insights emerge gradually, in hindsight. As we revisit our disappointments, we notice patterns. Perhaps we consistently underestimated certain risks or overvalued our strengths. Perhaps our failures were due to a lack of communication or an unwillingness to ask for help. These realizations become guideposts, shaping our future decisions and actions. Over time, the accumulation of these lessons forms the bedrock of wisdom. Failure also fosters empathy. When we have experienced setbacks, we are better able to understand and support others in their struggles. We become less judgmental, more compassionate, and more willing to offer encouragement. Wisdom, in this sense, is not just personal, it is communal. It allows us to build deeper connections, to offer meaningful advice, and to serve as mentors to those who follow. The world is full of stories of people who have transformed their failures into wisdom. Innovators, artists, leaders, and thinkers often recount tales of rejection, disappointment, and defeat. Thomas Edison famously conducted thousands of failed experiments before inventing the light bulb. Each failure provided him with new information, guiding him closer to success. J.K. Rowling faced multiple rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. These stories remind us that wisdom is not bestowed overnight. It is cultivated through perseverance, reflection, and growth. In relationships, failure teaches us about communication, trust, and vulnerability. A failed friendship or partnership can be painful, but it often reveals truths about ourselves and others that we might not have discovered otherwise. We learn the importance of honesty, the necessity of boundaries, and the value of forgiveness. These lessons, though hard-won, enrich our future connections and deepen our understanding of human nature. In careers and ambitions, failure forces us to reassess our goals, strategies, and motivations. Perhaps a business venture collapses, or a dream job slips through our fingers. These moments challenge our sense of identity and purpose. But in the process, we discover what truly matters to us. We learn to distinguish between fleeting desires and enduring values. The wisdom gained from professional setbacks often leads to more fulfilling paths, ones aligned with our authentic selves. Even on a broader scale, societies and cultures evolve through collective failures. Economic crises, political upheavals, and social injustices expose systemic flaws. If these failures are acknowledged and studied, they can lead to reforms, innovations, and progress. Wisdom, at the societal level, is forged through the willingness to learn from collective mistakes. It is important to remember that failure is not a mark of inadequacy, but a signal that growth is possible. The most dangerous failures are not those that are visible, but those that are ignored or denied. When we refuse to confront our mistakes, we miss the opportunity to learn and improve. True wisdom lies in the courage to face our failures honestly, to extract their lessons, and to apply them moving forward. As we journey through life, the cycle of action, failure, reflection, and growth repeats itself. Each time, our understanding deepens. We become more discerning, more patient, and more adaptable. Wisdom accumulates, not as a static trait, but as a living, evolving process. It is the quiet confidence of someone who has faced adversity, learned from it, and emerged stronger. In the end, wisdom born from failures is a gift. It is a gift that carries the scars of experience, the humility of learning, and the strength of resilience. It reminds us that perfection is neither attainable nor desirable, that growth is a lifelong pursuit, and that the path to understanding is paved with setbacks as well as successes. So, let us embrace our failures, honor their lessons, and walk forward with the wisdom they provide, knowing that every stumble is a step toward greater insight.